Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Monday afternoon, my wife and I received two Samsung Galaxy Note 8 devices. We did an unboxing, the double unboxing. Now, it was a first for us here on my Project 13 together doing an unboxing for all of you. She was nervous, but she went through it and she did an awesome job, had a lot of fun doing it. I did most of the talking. She jumped in here and there. But yeah, I mean, it was just about having fun and sharing that experience with you. It was the second time as a couple that we would be using the same two devices. The first time was this little guy here when we were with Verizon. This is also a Samsung device. It's a little flip phone. Looks like something right out of Star Trek. Yeah, so we just wanted to share that experience. I mean, we got so into it that we even forgot to get into the contents that were in the box, that are still in the box. I have a lot of other cables and wall chargers that I don't need to get into the box at this point in time. But she's having fun with hers. She got it all set up. Excuse me. She is going to utilize that S Pen. For me, not so much. I've tried, even within the 48 hours. I mean, I've sent a couple live messages, but she's already taking notes. She's already making lists. This is something that's going to work for her. It'll work for a lot of you, but it may not work for some of you. For me, it's about the large display. It's about my media intake on this Super AMOLED 18:9 aspect ratio display. It's just gorgeous. Now, I do like the live message. This is one area that I do like. I can do something like that. I can hit done, and it'll save it, and I can send that off as a GIF. And it'll say share right up here. Now, most of you already know a lot of this. I'm not covering anything new here. Okay? It's just the Note 8 by now is sort of old hat. Okay? The hype is over with. Samsung decided to send out these devices really early. And even before they started sending them out, they had the conference in New York, and a lot of YouTubers were already covering this device, and then they decided to send them out way early. So there was an actual release date, but many of you were already receiving, a lot of YouTubers were receiving theirs and making videos. So for us, it wasn't so much about bringing these in and covering this device that has been covered so much by now. It was about her and I sharing something together, sharing it with all of you, and the BOGO deal that T-Mobile has, buy one, get one free. In 6 weeks from now, give or take, I'll be receiving a $930 prepaid MasterCard, which will pay off her device. I've recently sold some devices, so I was able to take some of that money, throw it onto the first device. I only owe 500 smacks, $500. So once I receive that prepaid MasterCard, I will take $500 that I have put aside, combine that, go into T-Mobile, and pay off both devices. I didn't have to trade in my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which used to be my wife's device, and then she jumped to the S8. I personally was going to order one through Samsung. I had the order in, and this is the device, the S7 Edge, that was going to go into that order as far as a trade-in, and they were going to give me $300, and that would have meant that I've only would have paid 629 smacks and received the bundle deal as well. Wireless charging pad, the wireless charging pad, and the SD card up to 128 gigs because this device has expandable memory. But I was able to cancel that order, take advantage of the BOGO deal, still have the S7 Edge, still have the S8. My wife has her Note 8. She's utilizing the pen. She's getting used to the size because she's got smaller hands, but she's getting used to it. And I have my Note 8. So for the team, it just makes sense. For us as a couple, financially, it totally makes sense. So if you're still considering the BOGO deal, take advantage of it if it's financially not going to hurt you in any way. Don't let finances stress you out. If it's not going to work, don't do it. Okay, you got to go into making these decisions, in my opinion, and knowing that it's going to be the best decision. These devices are expensive, and you don't want to just go out and throw your money away on something like this if in the end you're just going to stress. Okay, it's not worth it. But if financially it's cost effective for you personally or your family, then it's a great deal. Okay, in the end, I pay 500 smacks. Sure, I lost the device, but that's okay. That's what happens. That's the crazy, vicious circle of my Project 13. I bring them in, I review them, and then I sell them locally first. Hopefully, I don't have to package them and send them out. Okay, and I keep some, like my Motorola Nexus 6, my Nokia Lumia 1520, got my HTC U11, and I also have the ZT Exon 7. The S7 Edge and the S8, most likely I'll end up selling. And that's what happens. It's those decisions that I have to go through every day in running a channel. The other decisions is what's going to be positively effective for me. The Note 8 for my wife and I was a great thumbs up decision. It just is. And this is a beautiful device. This 18:9 aspect ratio Super AMOLED display is just gorgeous. For my wife, she's going to utilize that S Pen. I may not, but I will definitely utilize that display when watching movies. The speaker is not the loudest, but it's a nice sounding speaker, so listening to music all day yesterday at work was awesome. I made a video in the morning. I uploaded it right through the Note 8, through YouTube, to all of you. And I've just been shooting video, taking pictures, just checking out the device, all the functionality, taking advantage of the theming. You know, I know the hype is pretty much gone on this device. There's a quadrillion videos out there. But for us, it wasn't about trying to just get this in and giving you all the information you already know. I mean, in the unboxing, the double unboxing, a first for her and I here in my Project 13, and the second time in our history of ever using the same device. The first device was this little guy right here. It's a Samsung device, flip phone, something right out of Star Trek from Verizon when we used to be with Verizon, because we're now with T-Mobile. It was about sharing the moment, not trying to jump into the game, because the game with the Note 8 is pretty much okay. So you already know what you need to know about this device. I will share areas about this device that I think you may want to know, but there's not a lot to really know about it anymore, outside of just what I think as far as how it feels in hand, which it feels great. I love the large form factor. I love the corners, a little more squared off, but still rounded and soft right there up top, all the way around the device. Sure, it's a fingerprint magnet. Sure, the fingerprint sensor is still up here, which I'd rather have it be right there. Love the dual camera setup, the 12 megapixel shooters, both with optical image stabilization. The S Pen, of course. I mean, the only thing I've taken advantage of with the S Pen is that live message. I don't know if I'm going to utilize everything. I don't even utilize the Edge. I like the double app. I like the app pairing. Those are things that necessarily aren't going to be for me. I'm trying. I really am trying. But I know my wife will take advantage of it. And again, at the end of the day, if it works for her, then awesome. We got a great deal. But I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to be watching a lot of movies and video on this display. So almost 48 hours later, it was about her and I sharing the experience together on the same device, bringing it to you, financially making a great choice and bringing in the Note 8. It really is. Now, I did want to mention that on my first battery test yesterday, I got 4 hours and 8 minutes with 14% battery juice left. So I could have got 4.5 hours, and that was shooting an early morning video. I did a little bit of editing to it and then uploaded it through the Note 8. Shooting a video just on random things at work, taking pictures and answering feedback for the channel. My homemade notification sound, pretty cool. doing a lot of messaging, some phone calls. So far with T-Mobile here in my area, most of you already know this, that I get really, really great connectivity. Phone calls have been great, going out, coming in, messaging, the same thing. Been sending some live messages to my wife and a couple friends at work. And so basically those areas are covered. So far, I've had no lag, nothing sticking. The fluidity of the device has been great. You know, everything working really well. And and that's something I wanted to really see what it was going to be like with the Note 8, with the 6 gig of RAM. You got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. What was the performance going to be like? So far, almost 48 hours later, I'm digging the display, I'm digging the speaker, I'm digging the size of the device, I'm digging the weight of the device, I'm digging the functionality, I'm digging the performance. Theming is sweet. That's part of the functionality that comes with the device. Again, I probably won't utilize everything. If you do have any questions, you can ask me down below, and I'll do my best to get to you on all of that. Okay, I'll do my best to answer, but it's just to basically let you know, from my point of view, if this device is worth bringing in. It's a lot of money. At 930 smacks, there's a lot of other devices that you could pick up for a lot less. The HTC U11, the S7 Edge, the S8. Okay, those are devices you're going to pay $200, $300, $400 less, depending on what you want, depending on what you're looking for. Some of you are waiting for other devices. You're waiting for the iPhone X. You're waiting for the Mate 10. You're waiting for the LG V30. It's an expensive device, but when you can get a great deal like the BOGO deal, that's something then where you're really doing something good for yourself financially, and it's worth it. But then again, a lot of you can't even afford even that situation, and there's a lot of devices at $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 that you can look at that you're going to get a lot out of. Okay, but we're talking about the Note 8, and I'm going to share my experiences with you on it, but it's not going to go too deep into detail. If you want to see that, there's a lot of hands-on videos. I will be showing you a lot of picture slideshows. I want to do it up against the HTC U11 and my LG V30. If you want to see it up against the S8 and the S7 Edge, we can do that. But that's all I have right now. I don't know if you want the Nexus 6 to be involved in a video with this device as far as a comparison when it comes to video or pictures and showing you slideshows and picture comparisons, but I can do all that. So, and the ZTE Axon 7, I could do a comparison up against that. It's a device that's still out there to be considered along with some of these other devices that I have here. If you don't want to pay that much, or if you don't want to take advantage of the BOGO deal, if you're, you may not be with T-Mobile, so it's not an option for you. Most carriers are doing their own thing. Look into the deals that you can take advantage of. For me, it was just better to save my devices, not trading anything, go for this. In the end, I don't lose a lot, and I get to bring you more. And that's what's really cool about my situation with the Note 8. And if you can make it work for you, make it work. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this device already, and I know I'm going to. There is some focus hunting going on as far as shooting video in the dark on the way to work. You can check out that video and you can see the focus hunting. Now I will have to go into settings and take advantage of the settings and make it work for me. Hopefully there'll be an update like there was on the S8, S8 Plus, which really fixed a lot of that. It really minimized that. But I'm a little more patient this time around, so I will make it work for me one way or the other. As far as battery life, I think I got off track there. Sure, only 4 hours and 8 minutes with 14% battery juice. I would have gotten 4.5 if I finished it all the way through. But again, I did so much on it yesterday. I used it pretty heavy. That's not bad. That tells me moderate to a bit more heavy, back and forth. I'll probably end up with about 5.5. And for me, being a heavy user, I'm okay with that. I don't mind plugging in. This has fast charge. It has wireless charging. So for me, plugging it in one time during the day sometime to make it through the day is not an issue for as much as I use my devices. So 4 hours, 8 minutes, no. For as much as I used it yesterday, I'm okay with that. I really am. So it all depends on what you do, what you don't do, and how do you utilize your device. Okay, that's basically what I wanted to share with you within my first almost 48 hours. Look, guys and gals, I'm having a lot of fun with this device, and I know my wife is. She'll just have to get used to the size in her little hands. And she's actually using the fingerprint reader. scanner, sensor, whatever you want to call it. She's reaching way up there and she's doing it. She likes it. It works for her. So you can make it work for you if you have tiny hands. But if you don't want that, there's other ways to get into the device. Okay. So it's up to you how you want to make the Note 8 work for you and everything that it has to offer you. There are so many things going on here that you're not going to get bored with the Note 8. You're just not. If I missed anything, let me know. I'm trying to think of what else I can cover. This was supposed to be a short video, and it wasn't. And let me see here. I wanted to show you. A little quick video clip. You know what movie this is, but look at that, even on video. I just wanted to show you this. This is just amazing. Wow, the depth of field is just crazy. It's so crisp and sharp and beautiful. Whew, look at that. Nice. Totally digging that. And maybe I'll play a song here, a little non-copyrighted song. Let's see. See a little size comparison there, right? I already showed you that. Get my HTC U11. Two sexy devices. The S7 Edge. Leaving it in the case. Got the ZT Axon 7 in the bedroom, so I'm not going to go out there and get that. Motorola Nexus 6. A lot wider there, huh? Wow, nice. Well, there you go, everybody. So much for a quick video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I know it's a long one. Any questions, leave it down below. I will get back to you. Thanks for being a part of my Project 13, because you are my Project 13. God bless. Have a great day. Peace. I'm out.